Alright, so just quick overview on how football affects French diversity. Anyway, Les Bleus have won 2 World Cups. France has a league called Ligue 1. It's the top 5 league in the world, and it is ranked number 2 or 3 in a league with so many diverse players. That being the Premier League, ranking number 1 and having foreign players in their country. Anyway, this actually affects the national team, which actually makes up 80% of the national team, which if you look from photos from 98 all the way till now, the team has always been diverse, with actually more and more foreign players actually being on the national team than native French players on the team. Anyway, let's see, just quick overview. So the French national team always has suffered through discrimination because of so many foreign players, and so that's all because of, you know, foreign players always feeling proud and of their you know, their past and their you know, from where they've come from. So that's always been an issue. So as of right now, there is you could say a false image or a band-aid over a bunch of issues following the discrimination and racism that actually that's happening in French society, especially towards, you know, Muslims and people especially from North Africa. But you see it all over. People from all over Africa receiving harsh judgment just because of from where they come from. But yeah, anyway, there's this concept of, you know, trying to make the team a unified team and trying to make something positive out of this, and trying to emulate or have a mirror of making France the same thing, as far as, you know, having unification, but it really hasn't taken off quite yet. Maybe slowly, probably by now, because of the team that won 2018, there isn't as much racism, but there's still issues that occur all over France, with people getting jobs and all sorts of things like that. So let's see. And then anyway, just in some of the slides, just comments from players, you know, that they didn't really want to get involved with the racism politics, except for Lilian Thuram. He actually was invited by the president to become a conseiller, to work on a gentrification on unification of different races within France, but he ended up declining because he didn't agree with the current president at that time. Anyway, just last slide. I wasn't able to get a lot of information on Provence other than players and Zidane's story, Zizou's story, coming from let's see, how would you pronounce it? Chalet. Anyway, and then some other players that were other North African descent, like Samir Nasri, and just how they overcame some of the difficulties that they had to go through during while they were playing football, I guess. So anyway, let's see, just the last slide. And still, the French team is actually, if you look at it, is a mirror image of French society, because it still hasn't really changed, and there's still a lot of issues that need to be addressed. And, you know, because of issues as far as discrimination, racism, all sorts of things like that make everything, it's like that is super complex and a complex system. So Anyway, who knows in the future how all of this may change when there may be more foreigners in France than actual native French people. So anyway, there is the video. That is all. Thanks.